So at 48 years old, basically the best shape, or near the best shape anyways, that I've been in ever, even back to my CrossFit days, Krav Maga days, and all those other days. I'm driving my dream car, a brand new Jeep Gladiator, dream wife, and traveling the world with a trip to the Philippines coming up in just about a month. Here are 8 things, huge life lessons that I've learned to capture my dreams, and you can do it too. Stick around. All right, guys, welcome to Barbells To Buddhas, the official place for guys who are over 40, who are looking to live, as I say, living leaner, stronger, longer, and a heck of a lot better. And what does living better mean to you? I don't know, but I know what it means to me. It means basically as I get older, feeling younger, being pain-free, building muscle, building strength, improving my cardio, doing all those things that are going to help me live leaner, longer, stronger, and of course, a hell of a lot better. So what I'm doing for myself, I am sharing with you. I also love traveling the world and of course, eating all the delicious foods I can, whether that naan bread and tandoori chicken in India, or mango sticky rice in Thailand, or hot Taiwanese hot pot when I'm in Taipei, ube ice cream and ube cake when I'm in the Philippines. That, guys, is what better means to me. And of course, having a great time with my family, snowboarding, scuba diving, snorkeling, stand-up paddleboarding, you name it. There are a number of things that, looking back, changes that I've made, life lessons, more life lessons, I should say, that I've learned that really could have sped up my progress in a whole lot of areas, and things that I'm constantly telling other people, particularly the younger generation, that they should do. But it could also be you, even if you're older than me. There's a lot of people who get stuck doing these things, doing the opposite of these things, that are really holding you back. So today I want to talk about, there's a whole lot, but today what I would talk about really is the big 8. So let's just dive right in. Now, number 1, and this is very relevant because I was actually just talking to a friend, and she's about 10 years older than me, and we're developing a course together, and that course is aimed at personal trainers to help them live their dream life. But one of the mistakes that we almost started going down before I kind of put the brakes on it is developing the course, working on the course, creating the books, before we even know if it's a proven model. So the first one I'm going to talk about is shoot first and ask questions after. And this is something that changed my life and changed my money, my career. It just changed everything. Everything you see, everything you know about me right now really comes down to this one huge change. And that is, I now market things before I spend a whole bunch of time creating them to see if people want it. And I've learned from this because I used to spend months and months. I remember this one course I developed, and it was a great course. It's called Movement is Medicine. And it was awesome. Thought it was going to blow up. So we developed it. We worked on it. We developed the book, the manual, went to sell it, and nothing. And I've done the same thing with other courses. I've developed PDFs, I've developed books. So nowadays what I do is I have my zone of genius, and I can sit there and I can create. If I could create right now, I could create probably an awesome resistance training course for men over 40. But do they want it? I don't know. So what I would say is, hey, I bring out some posters and some marketing. Hey, here is my men's resistance training course. Who wants it? Enter the word resistance in the captions below, send it to you. I get a whole bunch of the words resistance. I go, okay, people want it, and I would create it, because creating it, guys, would take me, let's say if I really wanted to, I could do it in 2 days. Even this course, I said to my friend, I said, you've been doing this and I've been doing this for like combined something like over 45 years. And the course we're going to develop is just how to get into it. We could whip that up in 2 weeks, but it's the marketing. It's the asking if people want it. It's getting the videos together. It's getting the captions. It's getting the copyright. It's getting the website put together. It's basically just finding out, do people want what we want to give you or not, before we go developing the whole course. So guys, don't spend a lot of time trying to create the perfect thing, because number one, what you think is the perfect thing, probably other people don't. So do yourself a favor. Ask people, do you want it? Or throw it out there. Just say, hey, I've created this resource. Even if you haven't, I've created this resource. Who wants it? Get their hands up. And this goes for the internet, and this goes for the real world as well. Hanging physical posters up in your neighborhood before you spend a whole bunch of time creating it, particularly if it's your zone of genius and you know that you could whip it up very easily. Number 2 is, and this is a big one, and I do a lot of consulting with companies as well, particularly nutrition companies, gyms. And one thing that I've learned over time, particularly when you're dealing with smaller independent mom and pop sort of shops and stuff like that, very small businesses, is asking for forgiveness instead of permission. I do this all the time, and I need to tell you, like 90% of the time it works out. If you know something, because I've been doing this for a long time, little Obi-Wan. I think I do the Obi-Wan like every video, a long time. Anyways, if I know something is going to work, and I know, okay, if I do this, it's going to work, I'll just do it. Even if I've asked before, hey, should we do it? And it's kind of like, yeah, we're not really sure if we should do it right now. I'll just do it. And you know what? 90+% of the time, it either works out really well or it works out good enough that nobody's ever mad. So I really ask myself, so the way I look at it is like this, and this is kind of the exact line I tell people. If it doesn't require the company cutting a big check, handing over the credit card number, or could potentially put them out of business, then just do it and ask for forgiveness later. Because if you know it's going to work, because you've been in this position before and the other people haven't, you're waiting for them to give you permission for something that you know is going to work that they have no idea about because they've never done it before. It doesn't make sense. That's why they hire a consultant. You hire a consultant like me to use my expertise and use the history. When it comes to fitness, guys, I've been doing this for 28 years. Use my history. Don't sit there and argue with me about things that you don't know about. I don't argue with my accountant about things I don't know about. I don't argue with my dentist. I don't argue with my doctor. I don't argue with anybody. I don't argue with my business coach. That's why I hired them. I may have questions, but I'm rarely going to argue with them. So do yourself a favor and stop asking for permission on stuff unless it's, like I said, either requires a large chunk of money. So I'm not saying sneak a credit card away and just do it, or could potentially put them out of business. Now, number 3, and I fell into this. If you talk about my video, I've talked about this many times. And I guess the way I have it written down right now is don't care about what others think. Don't care honestly about other people's opinions. Don't care what other people do, and don't care what other people have. And now there are 2 slightly different things here, but one is don't compare yourself to other people, and the other one is don't really ask for opinions from people. Now, I will ask sometimes an opinion on something, but I never let it sway me. At the end of the day, I decide what is going to be best for me. But I've stopped really caring what other people think. I will drop swear words. I will drop F-bombs quite often. I'm like, you know what? If you don't like people that swear, then we're not going to get along, because I drop a lot of F-bombs. I have a bad case of Dana Whiteitis where I just swear a whole lot, and I really stopped caring what other people think. I don't know if you've seen my new shirts I got. I mean, those shirts, they're going to cause so much hate around the world. And one basically says natural, not needles, and the other one is habits, not needles, because I am dead against this whole lazy slacker right now. I'm pissing you off because I don't care what you think. Against this whole TRT and weight loss drugs, just injecting yourself with things because you don't want to put in the effort. Am I not saying there's never a case for those? No. But 9 out of 10 times, guys, there's not. And everybody that I've seen, I'll tell you, I've seen the fattest dudes on Facebook who keep asking the stupidest fucking questions. There we go, dropping F-bombs. Guy has to lose 50 pounds and he's jumping on Facebook and he's just asking the Facebook world, hey, Facebook world, how do I lose weight? And Joe the fucking plumber comes in and he talks about his keto diet, and Susie fucking holistic comes in and she talks about, oh, you should be using like rose petal juice. And all these people come and do crap. Next thing I know, a few months later, he hasn't got anywhere. And then you know what I see? What do you guys think about TRT? I'm like, I'll tell you what I think about TRT, you lazy fuck. I think you probably should have put in the work and actually reached out to me. You know who I am. We've talked before. You should have probably reached out to me and asked me what the fuck to do with it, because I would have told you, because I have a proven track record of helping guys of all ages, 25 to 65, lose weight, get in shape, live leaner, stronger, longer, and a hell of a lot better. there you go. So I don't care what you think. If that pisses you off, put it in the comments below, because I do not care. Okay? And I also don't compare myself to others. Now, this has been a harder one, especially when you're doing things like YouTube. Now, I'll give you an example. I've had a YouTube channel now. That's where this is going to go. And I looked at it today, and my first video was 11 years ago. Think about that, guys. 11 years ago. That is 2013 was my first video. And as of today, I am at 628 subscribers. Now, sounds bad, but also you got to realize I did a lot of inconsistency when it came to my YouTube. But if I was to really just look at it and say, okay, I've got 120 videos on there currently. I've probably deleted about 50 videos. I've been doing it for 11 years. YouTube channel, we can say, is a mitigated failure, but I enjoy it. So sometimes, but even me, I'll watch other people. I'm like, shit, this guy's been doing videos for 9 months. And yet there he is, with 5,000, 10,000, maybe 100,000 followers. And it can be annoying. It can. But then I have to stop and I look at myself and go, okay, this guy's been consistently for 9 months bringing out 2 videos a month, 3 videos a month, whatever it is, but consistently, he hasn't missed a month. I go back, my YouTube channel is 11 years, 10 years, 9 years, then, like 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, and then 4. So it's bouncing all over the place. So I can't get upset about that because I haven't been consistent about it. But, if I was to just sit there and just do a comparison, okay, he does videos, I do videos, I suck. But that's not true. And in fact, I was under the 600s. I was in the 550s, I believe, up till just about 4 months ago. And now it's in the 628. I think it's 628 as of today, which is August the 24th, 2024. By the way, huge thank you to all of you who subscribed. I'm going to do a separate video actually thanking you. I love just doing YouTube and content, whether it's through the podcast or through the YouTube, and I'm glad that it's finally starting to move forward. So that is point 3. Now, point 4, this is really important, guys. Your circle, the people you hang out with. It is so important, and it's hard. I'm telling you, it really is hard, especially when I live in a place like Vancouver, which is a bit of a depressing, gray, rainy city. Sorry, Vancouver, but you are, and the statistics prove it. Google it, Vancouver, unhappiest city in the country. Seattle, right below us, unhappiest city in the United States. Anything to do with gray, rain, cold, and everybody wears black all fucking day like they're all members of the Addams family? Probably. But anyway, your circle, guys, is so important, and it's hard. I'm very much a go-getter guy, and I have a real hard time finding other go-getter people. So I've been very careful to get rid of energy vampires, get rid of negative people, even get rid of people who are just complacent and happy with where they are in life. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being happy where you are in life, but a lot of it is lies. I go there and I know a lot of little independent gym owners, and I know they're not doing well. But they all say they're doing well. But then I look, I'm like, you're getting by. But for them, I guess just getting by is doing well. But that's not me. I don't want to just get by. I like doing things. I like having projects. I like seeing things grow. I like having a podcast, a YouTube channel, and Instagram. I like creating PDFs. I like having a whiteboard over there full of ideas. And I love talking about fitness. I love talking about health. I love talking about marketing. I love talking about business. I'm not good at it, but I still enjoy it. So that's one area that I do want to work on, which we'll get to in point 5. But guys, your circle is so important. So start asking yourself, do the people that you hang out with, are they uplifting you? Are they coming to you with, like when you come to them with an opinion? Most people, guys, when you ask for an opinion, most people are going to tell you this. They come at it from, I would say the majority of the time, 98% of the time, easy. People come at you with the things that could go wrong. And I really try to surround myself with people who think about the things that could go right. So that's the first thing you could do. If you want to find out the kind of people you hang out with, come up with a pretty decent idea and ask them about it and see if the very first reaction from them or the first things out of their mouths are, I don't want to say negative, but they are. But they tell you about, well, all the things that could go wrong, all the things that could go bad, versus somebody who says, yeah, I could really see all the things that could go good. Now, sure, that's XYZ could happen, but overall, I think you got a pretty good idea. That's the kind of people you need in your life. Now, number 5, which I kind of touched on a minute ago, is get help. Get coaching. Surround yourself. Go hire people who are there to help you in an area of your life that you want to hit. Like I've talked before, I have an accountant who I sit with, and she gives me all the great little tax loops, and you should be doing this, you should be doing that over the year. And why? So I get more money back at the end of the year, and the government takes less money. I cannot do that on my own. I could read every book in the world and everything like that. I could spend maybe years learning about it, but why? She doesn't even charge me much, and it gives me so much great information that I don't mind paying the few $100 a year for that, because she saves me so much more. But get coaching, and if it's health and fitness, guys, reach out to me. Look in the show notes down there on YouTube, or if you're listening to this on a podcast. That's what I'm here for. So the shortcut is the biggest shortcut, guys, is simply stop asking how I can do something and start asking who can show me how to do something. Biggest one, get yourself accountability coach as well. So you're going to have that coach, that person that help. They're going to give you the motivation, they're going to give you the information, and they're going to give you the accountability. And you have those, you are going to be rocking. Now, number 6, this, guys, is outsource boring, time-consuming nonsense. And I'll talk about this because outsourcing can and cannot get expensive. And I've gone back and forth, and I'm outsourcing a little more lately, but we'll talk in a second when we get to point 8 about what you can do instead if you're not in the position right now to outsource a lot. But are there little things that you can outsource? For instance, if you're busy, can you outsource your house cleaning to a house cleaner company once a week? Can you outsource if you create PDFs for your business? Can you outsource that? Is there somebody that you can pay, maybe not too much, and even a virtual assistant, that you can outsource things that either you find A, incredibly boring, or B, that are very, very time consuming? So for me, for a while, I was seriously looking at finding somebody to edit my videos, and I still do want that. But when we get into number 7 and 8, I'll talk about why I haven't needed to do that. But there's a bunch of recipe books that I actually want to do. So what I've done is I've taken the time, which was boring and very consuming, to create the first full book. So now I can send it to, which is called 6-Pack Thai, by the way, in case you're interested. It's delicious Thai food recipes, because I lived in Thailand for 4 years. The wife is Thai. But all the flavor, but with about half the calories. Maybe not quite half, but a lot less calories than you typically get. But my goal now is to take that. I'm going to design it the way I want it to look exactly, so that I can send it to some other creator, and they can create me different books based on that. So again, it's me taking the time to create the first one, only so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Yeah, I like that, I don't like this. I'm just gonna say, here, this is what I want. Now do it for X, Y, and Z countries, and these are the foods that I want, and there you go. So I'm saving them time as well. So I am taking a little more time myself, but saving me time in the long run, because I don't have to keep explaining. And I'm also saving the person who's creating it time, because they don't have to just keep going, I wonder if this is what he's going to like. So there we go. I make everybody happy, including myself and my creators. Number 7, learn skills. So get out there and learn the skills that you need. For instance, I have a friend of mine who, he's just got terrible phone skills when he's talking to people, and just not good marketing and selling himself. And I said, dude, I said, the first, and I think it's very low cost or free, it doesn't cost much. I said, you really should go join the Toastmasters. Go get yourself into Toastmasters, and they're going to teach you how to make really good presentations in front of people, how to do really good speeches, just how to be comfortable in front of a group. I'm in front of this camera. I throw a camera on. How many of you can just throw a live camera on? I got a few point forms. I literally have 8 point form notes in front of me. Yet I can just jump on here and I can just kill it on the camera. But it's a skill I've learned. So I've told them, I said, you got to do, there's some skills that you need to do when it comes to speaking on the phone and in person. So stop watching YouTube. Even this video, turn it off. After. But stop watching YouTube, stop watching TV, stop watching freaking crappy Star Wars shows that suck, and start doing courses, start registering for things. For instance, I'm not watching YouTube and stuff anymore, and I'm even listening to podcasts too much. I've downloaded some digital marketing courses that I've signed up for, and I'm watching those videos. So instead, I'm learning things as I go. And it's different though, because I know you might be like, okay, well, I learned things on YouTube. You do, but you don't. Most of YouTube is just kind of telling you giving you some umbrella ideas, some motivation. But when you have a course, for instance, is usually like, video teaching you things. And then there might be a bit of an assignment you have to do. So you're actually going to take what you've learned and you implement it. So that's the problem with YouTube and podcasts and everything, is you learn, but most people don't implement. But when you're taking a course, you usually have to implement it as well through assignments. So that is learn new skills and learn new tools and learn about tools that can make your life easier. And finally, we get to number 8, which is manage your time well. Now, I have super ADHD. I am all over the place. I mean, look at this office behind me. There's a lot of stuff. It's cluttered, right? Learn to manage your time. And I really have 3 things that I will tell you to do that. Number 1 is time blocking. So today is Saturday. Saturday for me is YouTube recording day. It is long form media day. That is YouTube, my Facebook Lives, which this is right now, which becomes a YouTube, which we're going to talk about in a second, which also becomes a podcast. So time block. And I know, okay, today from 11 till 4 is all video life. I do a video, take a break, come back. Having systems in place where I have a system. Okay, so on Fridays is where I make sure I got all the scripts I need for the Saturdays. When I get home on Friday night, I clean up all the area, I make sure everything looks good, I get the microphones, I get the lights all set up, and those are my systems. And I have other days where I do other things, so having systems, and those systems lead to time blocking. And then finally, I know this is a little more specific, but it's multi-use media. So I'm going to explain to you right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you might be like, well, this is a kind of little bit of a different style of YouTube. He tends to ramble on a little bit more than some of those videos that just get straight to the point in 9 minutes. And I'm going to tell you why that is. See, this video you're watching right now, this video that right here, this is a Facebook Live video for my podcast. So I have a podcast called Barbells To Buddhas, and I want to make sure that I have a video podcast, and that goes on my YouTube channel, but I also want an audio podcast. But I also need to do live videos. So for a while there, I was trying to do a live and audio podcast and YouTubes, and I was like, oh my God, why? Because the content that I'm using could fill all 3. So what I do is I record a Facebook Live, which is right now, and I'll have lots of ums and ahs and whatever in it. Then, and there's obviously no graphics or anything fancy because it's just a live video. Now what I do is once it's done, I download it. And from there, I load it up into my video editor and I create a YouTube video where I take out all the spaces. So maybe this is, I don't know, say 25 minutes live will become a 21-minute maybe YouTube, if not shorter, by the time I take out all the spaces, all the gaps, and all the ums and the ahs. Things just like now, like taking the breath, right? And then there's also an intro that I put into it. So there's the YouTube intro, which is like 7 to 10 seconds long. And there's a YouTube outro specific for YouTube. Then what I do is I export that as the video. Then I take out the YouTube intro and I take out the YouTube outro, and I put in the podcast intro, which is about 40 seconds long because you can get away with a longer podcast intro. And I also add a longer audio outro. So this one video that you're watching right now is originally from my Facebook page. And by the way, guys, I do have a group called the Ditch Your DAD-BOD and Live Awesome Facebook group. Right to the point about ditching your DAD-BOD and starting to live awesome. And you guys are more than welcome to join that. And again, where is it? It's in the show notes, in the podcast, and in the YouTube. You're welcome to join in there. It's completely free. There's a few questions you have to answer, but that is about it. So anyway, guys, that is it. That wraps up my top 8 biggest life lessons to capture your dream life, your dream body, your dream job, your dream wife, your dream whatever it is, your dream house, your dream dog. I don't know, whatever your dreams are. So those are the 8 things that I've learned. Let me know what you think. Are there any that you are guilty of perhaps not doing, or any that you're going to start, or any that you do right now? Let me know your thoughts about this entire episode and any of my points below. And of course, until next time, guys, I'm here to help you do what? Well, you know it, because I've already said it like 3 times. Live leaner, stronger, longer, and of course, a hell of a lot better. Talk to you guys again soon. Hey guys, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, make sure you check out this one right here. And when you're at the gym, driving, out on a walk or run, and you want to hear lots more great content put in your ears, make sure to check out my Barbells To Buddhas podcast on your favorite podcast app.